Now, obviously, you did a lot of that and have been doing a lot of that with criminal justice reform, but I like hearing you say that you're looking at other places where you might be a part of reimagining. What are some of those other places that you'd love to be a part of resetting?
Well, one of the things that we're working on really specifically is a project called LEAP that we announced in July, the Law Enforcement Accountability Project. And this really looks at a new way of analyzing systems. And this system that we're analyzing is not just the policing itself, but the way that citizens interpret policing.
Since a little girl growing up in Compton, a heavy police presence there. Not feeling safety when I would see police, feeling fear, feeling like they were coming after me or coming after the people in my neighborhood.
So you growing up, police represented danger, fear.
Danger, yeah. Which is an interesting way to grow up.
Yeah.
Many people think safety, they think relief, they think the good guy.
He's my friend.
He's my friend.
In danger, this is where I'm going to go to.
Never felt that.
Never felt that.
Never felt that.
The narratives and myths that we have bought into as it relates to policing, the idea that we don't have to know who the offending officer is. We don't have to know where he goes. We don't have to even know his name. Leave that to us, and you all mourn the victim. This idea says, no, we get to know it all. We pay you. You work for us. And so if something has gone wrong, if there's been abuse, if there's been murder, that we need to start to retrain ourselves into what we can ask and what we can know. So LEAP uses art to do just that, to create new narratives around these police interactions. And we really focus on telling the side of the story that is usually hidden from us, which is what happened to the officer? Where did he go? Where did she go? Why did that happen? Were they prosecuted? Why weren't they prosecuted?
Breonna Taylor's mother says that her fight for justice is not over.
The system as a whole has failed her.
What do you see when you see the Breonna Taylor case? And I realize that's a big question, but I also know that you care a lot about it. What do you see when you look at it?
I see the power of the people to keep this case in the spotlight, to keep it in the news, to keep it at the forefront of conversations, to make sure that her name is widely known, that it's integrated into the platforms and the punditry and all that we're hearing now from politicians who want our vote. And it's going to be the power of the people that elongates that conversation, that keeps it at front and center, so that it can really be used not only in justice for her particular case, but in an overall, overhaul of the ways in which we accept police narratives. I mean, one of the big things about that case is there's so much working with it, but a big part of it is the narrative, the story. When you look at the original police report, it said that nothing happened. The original police report, which is widely available, literally the whole thing's blank. It has her name and it's just signed by an officer. It doesn't have anything in between. And that would have just gotten filed, like thousands of others over the decades have just been filed, with no narrative that was defined by anyone else or anybody else than the officer. And that's just not enough. We can't trust that. And so it was the people who continued to ask questions. It was the people that stood with the family. It was the people that demanded that more information come out. It was the people that wanted to hear from witnesses. It was the people who are now even at a point where a grand jury member is coming out saying, wait, there's another part of the story.
Basically, in a nutshell, they said there were other possible charges that we considered, but nothing that we could make stick.
So justice and storytelling really goes hand in hand, because so much of what we're hearing are stories that we're told, and the question is, what do you believe? What is the truth? And so there needs to be more points of view to get to that.
Hey, tune into the Carlos Watson Show. It's like no other. You're going to enjoy it every weekday on YouTube.
The vet mailbox came out of nowhere policy from American Family Insurance.